right, recording rolling. Let's do a quick recap from yesterday because some of the skills involved yesterday are going to carry over to the lab we're going to do today, tomorrow. It's going to be a 2-day lab we're about to go into. But so yesterday, I had you guys measure some circle, well, different properties of circles. These measured was the radius with a ruler. You took some string wrapped around, measured the circumference, and then you counted squares to get an idea of the area. Now, see if you guys remember from yesterday, as this radius, what the radius of the circle, if you know that, how far does it take to go around compared to that radius? What's the answer? It's that radius times what? Pi, 2 pi. Because you guys measure lots of different circles. You graph here, instead of asking circumference versus radius, got lots of different radius, lots of different circumference, and they all lined up in a straight line. And this is the equation you guys got. Right? The equation, like the best fit line has the slope, right? Hey, 6.2, that's really, really, really close to 2 pi, isn't it? Circumference equals 2 pi r, right? Which is an equation you probably know for a few years, but let me see. How about this? Suppose I take the radius and I square it off. You guys see that little square? And I paint that square. And then I paint the larger circle that it came from. How much more paint does it take to paint the circle compared to the square? Or I should say, what's the ratio? Right, so paint to paint the circle, paint to paint the square. That ratio is equal to what number? Pi. Oh yeah. Hey. Okay. So right, area is pi r squared, and we did 2 graphs for that. So first, the straightforward graph was area versus radius. Now that bowed like a parabola shape, right? And then I showed you guys a linearization technique, which you're going to use also for this upcoming lab we're going to start today. And so well, what if we graph not a versus r, but a versus r squared? I'm suspecting a parabola, but I want to know what's the equation of that parabola, which is kind of tricky to get. But you know what's a lot easier to get is the slope of a straight line. And this one linearized. So if you guys are following, this graph and this graph have the same equation. Right? And here it is. Area is pi r squared is what it turned out to be. So this line was pi. Right? So this graph and this graph are described by the same equation, but they're in different axes. That's why they look different shapes. Okay? All right. That's a recap of yesterday.